Hi, and welcome to my online booking system developed using PHP and MySQL. This very tutorial is actually at the request of one of my viewers out there. Let me show you guys our email or our comment to me. Here we go. And that's the message there. DJ Omen, could you please do a video on how to create online booking system using PHP and MySQL with records of patients? I had to hide our details and so on. Now let's go back. And right here is the solution to her request. At least she can always build on this. So I've entered the details of my patient in there, so those are all the information, and we can always reset or submit. So I'm going to submit this, and we go right in here where the database is. This is the database. As you can see, that particular patient, his details is now here. So let's come in here, and I'm going to click on submit. There we go. Right, new record inserted successfully. So if we come in here now, all we just need to do is to refresh, and right there, those are the details of Edward Stoneheart. Look at it, already inserted straight onto the database. That is it right there. Okay, so let's go back to the system itself. All right, back to the system. There, that's Edward's details. If I want to add other information, all I need to do is reset, and here you can see a placeholder there asking for the name. Let's assume this name is, let's say, Suleiman Ali, and date of birth, let's go for 13th 11/92. Male. Telephone number Suleiman. Email address, let's say at Gmail. And right there, I've just populated the system with Suleiman's details. All we then need to do is to click on submit. There. And if we come in here, just press F5, and we should be able to see all of Suleiman's details. There we go. Look at that. Those are Suleiman's information. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is to take you guys straight into Notepad++, and we'll put something like this together. So let's do that now, guys. Now that we've launched Notepad++, the other prerequisite for this very database is XAMPP. So just in case if you don't have XAMPP, all you just need to do is to enter XAMPP there, which is a cross-platform server that you can use for your database. And right here, that is it. All you need to do is click on Apache Friends, and you should be able to download and get it installed on your system. Okay, depend on whatever operating system you're working on. Okay, let me show you what I have installed. And right there, that is my XAMPP installed. All you then need to do is to click on this admin. Okay, once you click on that, that will open up this environment for you. Once that is opened, all you then need to do is to click on PHP MyAdmin. Click on that. Once you click on that, and here you come in here and click on new to create your database. I will get back to this, so let's minimize this. Okay, once you've got it installed, you need to go to your directory wherever you install your project into. Like I have mine inside my C drive, and right there, that's my XAMPP. And the next thing is I need these very HT documents, and in here I'm going to create a new folder, and this folder I will call it online booking. That is the folder that I'm going to be referring to, online booking. So we can close this. Now back on my Notepad++, I will go to File right here, and let's select Open Folder as Workspace. Now let's navigate to wherever I have the folder that I intend to use. There we go, HDoc. Inside the HDoc, I then have my folder Online Booking. So click on OK, and there we go, that is my folder right there, Online Booking. Okay, let's start with selecting the language we intend to use for these very projects. So I'm going to come here where we have language on the Notepad++, and the language I intend to use is PHP. So come down to where we have P and select PHP. There we go. Okay, the next thing is to add my HTML there. So before I even continue, let me save this. Okay, that is the project out there. So I'm going to come in here and just say File. Let's save as. I want to save it right inside my online booking system here. Select that. Let's look for the online booking system. There we go. That's the folder. And let's give it a name. I'm just going to call that Reg Form. Okay, registration form. Reg Form, that's it, that's the name. So as you can see, the file extension is going to be regform.php. so save, and there we go, that is it right there. And for the tags for my title, I'm just going to call that registration form. There we go. Okay, before I go any further, I'm going to define my style sheet. So let's come down here right underneath the title. So I'm going to specify it as follows. Enter it right inside the tag. So that's going to be style, and the type of this style is going to be text CSS. There. And I'm also going to close this style here before I define how the style is going to be. Right, get it closed. Okay, for my very first style, that's going to be style. I'm just going to call that style number 1. Just enter 1 in there and open a curly braces. There we go. And in here, first of all, let me set my border. The border width equals, just go for 0 there, and the color for this very border, so I'm going to make that solid gray, and the thickness, I'm going to make that about 10 pixels, and so on, guys. So that is the very first style defined. I'm going to create the second style, so let's copy this and just paste that right here. This is going to be style number 2 there, and just change it around. So for style number 2, the width is going to be 75%, and let's get rid of all of this. So my style is out of the way. Okay, to continue with, the first thing I like to do is let me add my title. So right underneath here, and just make that, let's say, bold, tag B. Okay, and I want it centered as well there, and the class in this case is going to be equals to my very first tag, which is tag, my very first style, that is style number 1. Close that and close. And what will be my heading? Online system. There we go. So let's close that, B, close, and we're going to close the center as well there. Okay, for us to see this heading, let's go straight into the browser. So I'm going to click on the browser and let's come in there. It's going to be localhost registration form.php. Press enter, and that is my heading taken care of. So minimize that. Now the next thing, okay, now let's right underneath, let me create a form, and the action for this form is for it to open up my online billing system. No, online booking system. It's not billing system. Online booking.php. Although that is not created yet, but that's the name I intend to call it, and the method that I'm going to use is I want it posted. So let's say post right there. There we go, and just close that. Now the next thing is, let's create a table, and this table, the style is going to be equals this style here. So but this time around that will be number 2. Okay, that's my style sheet. It's going to be number 2, and specify the width. Let's make that 500 plus. Okay, 500 pixels. That is the width of my table there. And right inside the table I need to create my row. So to create a row, just enter TR. That stands for row. And inside the TR, the first thing I like to do now is to create my table data. The first data in this case is going to be, let's go for first name column, and let's enter tag to close that off. That is my very first one. Now I'm going to create another one. So the second tag is going to be for the input. So let's copy this and just paste it here. And in here I'm going to enter input. So the input type is going to be a text, just like a text box there. And what would be the name? So I'm going to just call it first name. Close that off. Right, now there should be a tag here. Right, and close this tag as well. Alright, that is for the input. Now what else do I want on the input? The choice is yours this time around. I'm going to enter a placeholder. Placeholder just show you what you meant to enter. Placeholder in this case is going to be first name. You don't have to enter a placeholder, but I just, and let's make it required. Okay, there guys, let's save this and see how the first data look like. Come in here, just press F5. There we go, that's the first data in there, and as you can see the placeholder. So if I type in name, and that's what you get. Supposing we don't have a placeholder, let's assume I'm going to get rid of this for now. Just delete, save that, and let's come in here, press F5 to refresh. Okay, when you refresh it, there is no placeholder in there. Okay, so let's come back in here and undo the placeholder, make sure it's saved, go back in there and just refresh, and there we go, the placeholder is back. Alright, let's continue with the rest. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to copy, let's copy this and paste it right underneath here. That'll be the other column. So this one is going to be my, let's call that NHS number. That's supposed to be your medical number. And now let's come in here and I'm going to change the placeholder here. Just enter. And what about here, the name? The name for that, let's just give it NHS num. Right. So I'm going to save that. And let's go back here onto our form and just press F5 to refresh. There we go. Look at that. Name, your number. Now let's continue with the rest. Minimize. Okay, right underneath. Now let me create, well, let's close this. Right. So now I'm going to copy from here, from this very table row, copy that and paste it right underneath here, and this one will become surname. Okay, and change this to surname as well. Change this to surname. Okay, this instead of surname, instead of NHS number, let's change this to patient reference. There we go. And the placeholder, we don't need placeholder for this, but that's okay. First of all, let's change this to patient number. And that's all there is to that. There. So I'm going to save that, and let's come back in here. Just refresh. There we go. Okay, so if we come back in here now, let me show you guys one thing. You see where I have names, dude, whatever value I have in there, those are going to be the value that I'll use for my database. Okay, so that we can make reference to it. There, that is it, all done. So what I will now do, since you guys get the whole idea, I'm going to copy these and just speed up the whole process and get back to you shortly. Just before that, the body, let's make the body known. Okay, now so let's copy it again and just speed that up. And right there, guys, those are the data that will be on my online booking system. So that is how it all looks like. But one other thing that I like to do is to add a button, but first and first, let's run it and you guys see how it looks like. There we go. Okay, let's run it first. There. Oh, one thing, because I copied the style, I'm gonna have to change the background color. So let's come back in here. Let's go to my CSS right up here, number 2, style number 2, and the background in that case will be white. So I'm just gonna enter white there. Now save. Let's go back here, and we just need to refresh. There we go. There. Now let's add button right underneath here. So minimize that. Let's scroll right down. So I'm going to take that easy so that you guys can see what I'm up to. Yep. There we go. Those are the lines of codes, and right underneath here. Okay, I'm going to copy that and paste it right underneath there. Now scroll right down. Now the first data in here, I'm just gonna get rid of that because I don't want any data in there. So let's enter, and so NBSP, that will create a space for us in there. Right, there should be a semicolon there. Now for this very input type, I'm going to change this one to submit, and the data on it, the value is going to be submit. So let's get rid of this. That'll be submit, and here this become value. There. And the second one, since it's going to be side by side, I'm going to get rid of, let's just get rid of everything here and copy this, paste that right underneath, and this is going to be known as reset. There's a function for it, so it will automatically recognize what it's meant to do. So there. So I'm going to save that now. Let's come right in here to the browser, press F5, and there we go. Those are the two buttons. Let's enter some data in here and see if the reset works. The submission will not do anything for now. Now reset. There we go. You see that, guys? So with that, I'm going to call it the end of the first part of this online booking system, and I'll see you guys shortly.